Okay. Hi, everyone. So, what is today's date? I'm sorry. Okay, Sunday, September 15th. This is our second Team Connect call for fourth quarter 2019. And just want to welcome everybody onto the call. And I'm excited because we're going to be sharing about our tips and highlights and gold nuggets that we got from the Chicago Impact training tour. So, what I figured I would do is just start out by kind of going around and did anyone bring a couple of little gold nuggets that they do want to share? Okay, if someone wants to jump in and get us started, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, I can always pop in whatever I want, whatever I've got a whole notebook of stuff. So I'd love to
I
hear
have a whole
from you guys.
notebook too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear from you guys. Like maybe your top one or two nuggets that really stood out for you, like the theme or just something that really spoke to you, I think would be helpful because what I want to get out of this Team Connect tonight and what I think would be powerful is what everyone shares is going to help us understand each other better. Don't you think? It's going to help us to understand where we're at, what's going to speak to us the most, what beliefs or what things we're needing to strengthen in our own selves. And sharing those things together, I think is going to be so good for us together so that we can help each other and build each other's beliefs where we're weak, So that's what I was thinking would be good to talk about tonight. And if there's anything you guys want to share or talk about, let's get it out there.
Okay.
Sam, do you want to start?
Sure, I can get started. I think the piece that stood out to me the most was the emphasis on standing into your own power and how powerful your number can be and you are. And I think for me, everything that was really talked about came back to that and emphasized that point in one way or another. One thing that comes to mind specifically is, I believe it was Debbie Neal that kept saying the only difference in this business is you. You have the same products, the same opportunity, the same website, everything is the same.
Yep.
So this business is really only different for each person based on what each person brings to the table. And so I think I have a tendency to back down a little bit too soon, afraid of being too big for other people. And I think that that's a big fault for me. And not just in Arbonne, in everything. Like sometimes I get a little worried that I'm going to too much scare people. So I don't always bring all of myself.
You know what? I love that, Sam, that you shared that because I think everybody feels that way. And I think what helped me be able to be a little more bold now in my 21st year of Arbonne is when people say, you have to take you out of the equation. And if you can put that in your mind and just say, it's not about me, because remember there was that great example about whether it was two examples. What was it? What were the words they used? You're either ego or selfish. No, not selfish. Do you guys know what example I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. She said it was self-centered.
Yeah.
And I agree with that a bit. I think it's more than that for me, though. I think it's also, there is that ego part of it where I'm nervous about what they're going to think of me. But I think it's also, I don't want to make the other person uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can relate with that. Yep.
Let's dig a little deeper, though. Why would you think they would be uncomfortable?
They think you're being too salesy, trying to just sell them because you want to make money. So that's how I would think they'd think you're make them uncomfortable, and then they're gonna not want to talk to you because they're thinking, oh, she's just trying to sell me stuff so she can make money. That's what I always think of in the back of my mind when I talk to people about Arbonne, is I'm afraid they're thinking that I just want to make money off of them and not truly help them. So that's my obstacle.
Okay, so can I make a recommendation or suggestion on what I maybe could help you guys with that piece?
Yeah.
If you guys, that's a prejudgment and that's a mindset and that's a belief and that's just a blueprint that you might have, and that's something that is just wired in you. And I think what can help you shift from that mindset is bringing it back to the surface that what you're doing is not doing something to them. You're offering them something. So if you keep chatting with someone, they're going to tell you what they need. And so you just have to keep asking, and in your mind don't be thinking I'm going to give them anything, or it's like you can't keep thinking about something that's on your mind that you want to share or sell to them. You don't know anything about them until you just really genuinely have this wonderful conversation with them, and then they just start sharing their heart. Like here's a good example. We were at the train stop the other day, and we were waiting for the train, whatever, and there was just a lady standing there, and I wasn't gonna, Arbonne wasn't on my mind. I was just trying to show my sister how to have a conversation with someone. You know, you're standing there, because she has the same thing you guys are talking about. She's like, I don't want to just approach somebody. They're going to think I'm creepy. I'm like, why would they think you're creepy? You're just standing there having a polite conversation because you're both standing there waiting for the train. So strike up a conversation. It's just about practicing building relationships. So she really was intriguing to me. She had really, really dark skin. I was wondering where she was from. She ended up being from Kenya. And I just started saying, oh, how's your day going so far? And oh, she had this beautiful handmade beaded bracelet. So I started asking her about her bracelet, and she started telling me what she did. People will tell you almost anyone will start really telling you a lot about their life if you ask. And if the conversation goes in a direction where you feel it's not going to go anywhere, or if you can feel the person's not the right person to talk to, you're just going to organically know that. You're either going to pursue or you're not going to pursue. So there's really no issue with them. Who cares what they think about you? You know, like, you're just having a genuine conversation. You're being authentic and being yourself, and you're going to find out one way or the other if it's meant to be or not. I feel like some people just think too much about themselves, and what you're really trying to do is learn about the other person and learn if there is a fit and if there is something you can offer them. I don't know if I'm going anywhere with that, making sense to you guys, but
No, like, I understand what you're saying, and I don't have a problem talking to people and getting to know them at all. I've always been that way. Like, even when I didn't have Arbonne, I would talk to somebody in the grocery line because I'm just friendly. I talk to every single person. So that is not an issue. What I was saying is, like, so for instance, tonight, I work at a cafe as my second job, and one of the girls there has really bad, like, red skin, just like on the testimonial where that girl got her skin clear in like 6 months. I can't remember what she called it, but it's like so red, and you get like these like lumps on your face.
Is it rosacea?
And I just brought up yes, that.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, oh my gosh, I just saw a girl who used this Arbonne skin set that for the company I work for, and it cleared up her skin in 6 months. And I kind of started talking to her about that, and it was fine. But like, I kind of feel like once I tell people that I work for Arbonne, then they feel like I'm being salesy. So maybe it's just like in my head and they don't actually think that, but that's what I was getting at when I said that I feel like people
right. Actually, that's usually the case. It's
yeah, I feel that way too sometimes, because but the thing is, if they see your passion, and you know what I mean, like, you're like, oh my gosh, you're tired, here, try this, and then just kind of like, you know, hope it works for you, thanks, and then you just kind of, but you're like, I love it because this and that. So I mean, when they see your passion, that you're just caring about them, like, you know what, I really want this to work for you, you know, I hope it works out, and just kind of like not really say a whole lot, like, you know, because they come to me. Like the other night on the fishing boat, my husband has the guys fish, but they let me go because it's getting close to the end of the season. And they're like, he's like talking about his digestion. I go, here you go, try this, because he knows that I say Arbonne. But so he texted like the next day saying this stuff, can I get a box? How much is it? You know, and because he just knows that I really, you know, have that passion to help people. But
and he knows you, though, you know, it's not like,
yeah, that's true, yeah, he knows you, but
kind of different,
but I
like,
did, yeah,
as a stranger.
I did have somebody though that was totally different. He's a guy that comes into the nursing home, and once a month from 2 hours away they come in and they check our laundry machines, and he's going, oh, I got a long ride back, I gotta stay awake. And I go, I got just the thing for you, dude. You know, so we got to talking, and he tried them, gave him a couple different ones to try, and he goes, oh my gosh, it really worked. I need a box, you know. So if you can find a need where they're saying something
Yeah,
like this.
I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to ignore it. Like, I don't care if they think I'm salesy. Like, Debbie was saying, like, she just didn't care. She just like, and she like stalked people for 31 days and stuff. She didn't care. And that's what I took most out of that was the 2 speeches Debbie gave. Like, if nobody said anything and only she talked, I would have gotten like everything I needed out of it. So like, cause what she was saying, everything she said, like, I was like, that's what I would do. But then I always just stop myself because I feel like I don't want someone to think I'm a crazy person or trying to sell them. But like I told Sam, I just am not going to care now. I'm just going to be that crazy salesperson, and they can either, you know, come on board or just not, you know, just can't care what other people think.
I think the big difference is, like Kristen was saying, hearing what the other person said. You make this offer that you genuinely think is going to help them in one way or another, and it meets what you hear them saying they need. Hearing their response, if they say no, respecting that and saying whatever the appropriate response is to that, but meeting them wherever they are and not trying to push them in a direction that they aren't right for.
Yes, hearing them when you're listening, really hearing them. So then you know how to respond because they just told you what they need. And you're just responding back to what they've told you.
Well, do you think that if you ask them questions, like they said, be interested, not interesting. So, oh, tell me about your face. How long have you had this problem? And, you know, or not problem, but, you know, how long has it been bothering you? And, oh gosh, you know, this thing, you know what I mean? Like you keep asking them questions about it. Would it make them feel like you
loved
or something? Okay. I'm just wondering.
That's another thing I got out of the training was when they said that you need to listen more. And that's one thing I wasn't doing. And then tonight I like implemented that. I was listening to her and looking like, you know, I was like trying to genuinely get to know her. Yes. But I was also listening to the things she was saying. And like, all we did was she talked about all of these allergies she has. Like she's allergic to strawberries and bananas. And she's literally allergic to everything. And then she told me, she can't even have chocolate. And I said, oh my gosh, you know how you can have chocolate? Protein powder. And she's like, I tried that, but I'm allergic to the whey. And then I told her, I said, well, I have a protein powder that I take that has no whey in it. And it's a pea protein. And she goes, what? No way. So like, so I so not only can I get her on the skin, but I also found out that she has all these allergies and I can get her on the protein powder because she can't find one that is like okay with all her allergies.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of times the skin problems are because of the inside. You know, it's what you eat and what you're doing with your body on the inside will clear her skin up too. So by getting the nutrition and the whatever, she can, because my skin, I used to have rosacea.
I told her that.
And I started using the RE9 and people are like, what are you doing to your skin? Your rashes are gone, you know, but I couldn't leave the house without, you know, it wasn't like super duper pooper scooper bad, but back in the day it was, because people were like, are you okay? Look at that rash on your face. I'm like, oh God, forgot to put on makeup before I answered the door, you know, but now I have some redness just because I haven't been eating right or washing right.
Traveling.
That's a perfect example of why we need to be using the product.
Yep.
That's a perfect example of why we need to be using it. Like I've been been doing the 30-day challenge. Yeah, I've been doing the 30-day challenge and I've been doing the one smoothie a day with the fiber in it, the greens powder and the protein, and then like a vegetable or a fruit. And I didn't do it 2 days this week and I've been constipated. And then all of a sudden today, I'm like, I need to drink my smoothie. So I drank my smoothie today, and then I came home from work, and I was able to go to the bathroom. So that just like gives me something to tell people, and then they'll want to use it too, you know? So you got to use the product yourself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, so let's just move along because I want to keep these Sunday night calls. Everyone's got work and family. You know, Sunday's a family day. Let's just try to keep it to half hour. And so I wonder, I don't know, either Sharon or Sam, did you have any other nuggets you wanted to share that you really liked, or were those the basics?
Those were the big ones.
Yeah.
I have a list, but I don't, because I have memory issues.
Me too.
Always have, always will. But I'm like, oh, I wrote that. But I have just some like one-liner remarks like that made an impact that made me want to write it down.
Yeah.
I didn't write down the first Debbie Neal thing because I recorded the whole thing. So I figured I'd watch that later and write it. But I really liked, maybe I've heard them before or whatever, but they really got reiterated in my mind, was when you leave somebody's presence, you leave a mark. And that really meant a lot.
I love
You know what
that.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just, you know, how did you behave? How did you, you know, whatever. And then people will notice how you treated others. And that saying is going around a lot on Facebook right now. Like they won't notice this, how rich you were or how beautiful, whatever, but they'll notice how you treated others, you know. If you want to be a trailblazer, leave a wide trail. And that can go pretty deep. Then it says, do things without being asked. Being
You're
timid.
really good at that, Sharon.
Yeah, I know. I need to not ask myself, should I be doing so much? But no, and then here's the one you were looking at, Kristen, was being timid and being boastful are the same thing.
Yes.
That's what she said. And then everyone is in a growth process, so show grace. And things to say to yourself are, I am a positive influencer. I will put the time in. I will face my fears, and I will be an expert in my field.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one I wanted, that being timid versus boastful. Because you know what, you guys? I was the timid version for 20 years. And I feel like I've transformed different, but I still, when you're being timid and you're shy and you're still thinking about yourself, it's still ego. So obviously I have an ego issue, or I could have gotten a lot farther. And so just, just trying to, give myself grace and say, stop thinking about myself so damn much and start thinking about other people.
Yeah.
I used to be so worried about what I was going to say, and I wasn't present and I wasn't listening. And when I started really listening, like when I go to a coffee appointment to do a one-on-one, I'm so excited because all I'm thinking about is the first 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just sitting there with, I close my book. I don't put my phone on the table. I have a piece of paper and a pen on the table. I ask them if they don't mind if I take notes, and I literally fold my hands and I lean in and I listen and I just talk and I smile. You know how Carol Bodell does it? She just smiles at you and listens and she's loving on you and just smiling at you. And after you just watch, like being present or in her presence for so many years, she does that with everyone, you guys. Success leaves clues, right? So I'm so glad you shared that one, Sharon, because that's always been one for me that it took me a long time to figure it out, right? But
Yeah.
if we just stop the thoughts going here in our head, running in circles that are like, what are they going to think? Are they going to like run away from me? They think I'm too salesy. They think I'm too this, or I don't want to say this because they're going to think this about me. We're thinking about ourselves, you guys.
Yeah.
We got to think about them and just listen to them, listen to people. And you know what? When you start doing that and you stop all the mind chatter and you just lean in and listen to people, your connection is so much more powerful. And then it leads you to the next steps, because then they start to trust you because they know you're genuinely listening to them. You know?
Do you think Debbie Neal's secret is like that too? I mean, because she's like, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. I'm going to go there anyway. She doesn't care what they think.
Right.
I mean, exactly. She cares what they think, but she's like, if they think I'm a fool, I don't care. I'm doing it.
Right. I think that's kind of a slight different topic, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, part of it is trying to connect with people when you're doing your one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then part of it is, don't give up if they say no.
Yeah.
Just on to the next, or keep on planting the seeds.
Yeah, so. Keep on like you did for me for 3 years, 2 or 3 years.
Okay, was there any more? Did you have more, Sharon, or was that?
Oh, no, I mean, I forgot I had another page, but I will get up, not give up. And success is getting up one more time, then you fall down.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
I like that one too.
Yeah, so that's, and get to work. I love that one. She's like, get to work. I'm like, she's got a point.
Right. Okay, cool. Ashley, did you want to share some that you had?
I feel like I already shared the two. It was basically the not overthinking and just going up to people and not caring.
Okay.
Like you said, being less worried about like your ego and how you're gonna come off, and just worry about other people. And yeah, I don't really have like anything else that I just have written out.
Okay. Well, I thought this was a really good.
Bless you. I think Sam sneezed.
Oh, I missed it.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I thought this was a really good place to mention at the end. They were talking about the big thing they were talking about was sponsoring and showing you how to get to district, right? And we kind of talked about that a little bit last week.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really liked how they went over that, and everybody on this call right now, do we all understand how to get to district? Because I didn't get it for a long time, and I'm not embarrassed by that, because they didn't lay it out like this for us before. It was just not, it was like they didn't talk about it. And now all they do is talk about it. And I love that, because it helps people understand what you got to do, Do you guys have any questions about that?
No, thank goodness it's on paper in the source.
Right.
Go to the source.
Right.
Food. Yes, I let her in. She's
You know what I'm saying I really liked a lot was about the sponsoring and stuff. And sometimes people say no because they don't have a belief in themselves.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh gosh, here we are thinking they just don't like us, they don't like the business, but they just don't think that they have what it takes.
I hear somebody in the background.
Yeah, sorry, that's me.
Okay.
I'll mute myself.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, so I was just gonna share, and then we can jump off the call unless anybody has questions or anything else you want to bring up, maybe a topic.
Oh, I do have one thing about the sponsoring.
Okay.
I laughed a little. So many people came on stage and they were like, can you believe I went this many months without sponsoring someone? Like it was a big joke. And I was like, well, I think that's normal for a lot of people, but the difference is for the people on the stage, that's a bad thing. And for other people, it's normal or didn't seem that weird. Speaking of myself, I've had some few dry spells where I've gone a few months without sponsoring someone, and it stinks, but you're like, okay, whatever, no big deal. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Can you believe that happened?
Mm-hmm.
So perspective is a lot.
I like that you said that, Sam, because here's the story. I'm going to share my story, because just really fast, because I know we got to go. But when we're not sponsoring, we're not building a business.
Mm-mm.
And I've gone 20 years where I sponsor one person a month. That means I never was building a business in Arbonne. I was playing a hobby. And that stings me, I think, the hardest. But I want to say all this to you guys because I don't want that for you. I want you guys to get it faster than me. And so I want you to know that is our business. And if we're not sponsoring, we're not in business with Arbonne. We're just playing games. And that's why I love that you guys got to hear Debbie Neal, because we got to own it. If we really want this and we want our dreams, we have to start sponsoring, and we've got to find the gaps and close them up as fast as we can and help each other. And I think we have a beautiful team, you guys. You guys all have all of these different strengths. Like all of us on this call right now have different strengths, and I feel like we fill each other's gaps. I don't know that if you guys feel that way, but I do. I see each one of your strengths, and I know, Ashley, I don't know you very well, but I feel like I already can feel what some of your strengths are. Like you go to work. I feel like
awesome.
And I feel like Sharon, she knows how to treat people so well. And Sam, she's just organized, and she knows how to get it done. She knows how to explain to people like what to do and make it simple. Like everyone has these awesome gifts on this call. So I just feel like I'm so grateful for all of you. And I also wanted to just say the couple tips that I heard. one of the biggest ones, my thing might run out here. It says upgrade. If the meeting closes, we'll pick up next week, you guys. But the best thing I heard was implement. Training is useless if we do not implement. And so I had more things I wanted to share, but I really feel like we can fill it in next week. And I'm so proud of you guys for getting on the call, because I think these Team Connects are going to grow us so good.
I almost didn't. Cause I was like just getting in the shower and Sam texted me, "You getting on the call?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll be on it, but I'll just have to not have a video because I'm gonna be getting out of the shower."
That's okay. I want to have these for us so that we can work through our little, pitfalls and issues together, and then we'll be stronger. We'll be so much stronger. So everyone, maybe we can all share. Maybe we can all share with each other next week our goals. I think that could be really good, because I don't know if we all know each other's goals, and if we're going to commit to our Sunday calls.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe
it would be good for those of us that don't really understand how to write things down as a goal. I mean, I guess you can write it down. I know I need to do it, but I think I'm overthinking it, and then it's going to be really hard, and I don't know what they are. Blah, blah, blah.
I think you are too, Sharon, because you're just like me, and I know what you're thinking.
I know. Am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do I have long-term, short-term? Is it really a goal? Is it selfish? Is it too self-centered? Is it realistic? Blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to make you watch your Debbie Neal recording one more time and start again.
Okay.
So let's just close it up for tonight, because everyone had such a long freaking weekend. Chicago training was a lot. So let's all go to bed early and just relax and focus on our 40 faces for the month, and what day is it? I don't even know. I'm like 25 hours no sleep.
I know. I know.
So 15th, you guys.
I'm like, oh, today's Sunday.
I wanted to touch real quick on and I think I'm gonna post it more when my brain's normal, because I'm so sleep deprived. The 15th, we wanted to start doing mid-month power closes. Let's start focusing at the 15th is the end of the month for our team, you guys. Let's start getting our business rolling the first week. The first day we hit the ground running and start really like getting our goals in crystal clear, and start focusing on busting butt. And the 15th can be our, like, we better have maintenance done by the 15th. We better have our cash bonuses done by the mid-month. Let's start like really being intentional about our business and not being hobbyists anymore.
Yeah.
Because I know all of us want this so badly, and we're kicking ourselves for not doing it because we got life going on. But I love that quote by Tori Leto about how much time and energy we're wasting by not getting it done, right?
Yeah.
And then and it hurts so much to be in the vicious cycle. Trust me, if anyone can tell you, I can tell you. I don't think there's anybody that's been in 21 years and is a district manager except me. So if I can tell you the pain of regret, please listen to me. All right, I'll let you
doing it now. That's all that counts.
That's right.
Yeah, you brought us here, and we're thankful for that. So. It's like you touched at least one life, and I know of 3. So right here, and then whoever we talk to, or, you're changing a lot of lives, even though you don't have that, high, MVP, but to us, you are an MVP because you're consistent. You keep going. You kept after me forever. And because you knew I was on the fence, but I was ready, but now I understand it all. But so I get where you're at. But you've changed a lot of lives. So
hi, Lauren. Sharon, hi. I love you so much. You made me, I'm gonna cry. Don't stop it.
You changed my life for the better, and now all these other people.
And do you know why I can stay in Arbonne 21 years and be a district manager? Because people like you say stuff like that to me, and I'm a sucker.
If you ever, I know you're never gonna quit, but if you ever did, I'd be driving over there, Missy, and smacking you upside the head.
Yeah, because that's my other thing. I know you and I made that pact, and if you guys want to have that pact with us, and I said it on my one Road to Region call that I couldn't believe Carol asked me to do it, but if I'm in a pit, I declare I will get out of the pit. Y'all help me, and I declare that to you. So, so Laura, we promise we're going to keep these 8 half-hour calls. So I'm going to post it to the YouTube channel. I'll post it in the group, and we're just going to get on at 8:30 and do a little Team Connect every Sunday. And that's our plan. So we're cutting it off right now, and
That's amazing.
we'll talk.
I heard some, but I couldn't. I had to go back out and get the video.
Do you want to share one nugget? I know it's 9, so we were gonna cut off right now. You have one thing you want to say that you found real quick?
Nope, cut off.
Are you sure? Okay.
I wanted to hear about Impact, but but I'll listen to your call.
We're gonna post. Sharon, can you post the video, Debbie Neal's, because mine was really rocky.
It's like 40 minutes, so I don't know how I can do it, but I will work on it to try to get it. It's not the best quality, but you can listen to her. But also I want to see if Katie said she videotaped the really funny skit of waking up in Vegas. She was taping it, so I'm going to ask her to send it to me, or somehow, so you guys can see it, because it was so funny. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, I missed it. Please ask her that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I love you guys. I'll end the recording, and I'll post this up for you guys, so we can just start having a little library, and everyone can have their own YouTube channel and start building their own leadership stuff.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Have a good week, everybody.
Okay, you too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.